In India, a bomb kills former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi as he campaigns for a political comeback. President Bush, 13 pounds lighter and still tired, says he has an official clean bill of health. And if you are 55 plus, you may have just the plus employers need. This is the CBS Evening News. Dan Rather reporting. Good evening. India's Rajiv Gandhi was assassinated today. 46 years old, he was a former prime minister trying for a comeback. Gandhi was killed by a bomb as he arrived for a campaign rally in southern India. 14 other people were also killed. No one has claimed responsibility. Tom Fenton has our report.
The assassination of Rajiv Gandhi ended a political dynasty that has dominated India since its independence in 1947. Rajiv had been campaigning in this week's elections to regain the prime ministership he lost in 1989. He was seen as the front runner in a three-way race. This has been the most violent election in India's history. Hundreds have died in Hindu and Muslim rioting, and there have been widespread charges of ballot rigging. Rajiv promised the voters sweeping reforms.
Well, a government that brings about very rapid change, changes the methods of functioning of the government, and involves the people much more in nation building.
Despite a previous attempt on his life, Rajiv had lowered the security around him. He plunged into adoring crowds throughout the vast country.
You have to take some precautions, and you take those precautions. But you don't let it weigh on you.
If you did,
it doesn't
you
at all.
function.
Yes. You'd better give up and go home then.
Rajiv was the grandson of India's first Prime Minister, Nehru, who took office at independence. In 1984, Rajiv's mother, Indira, was assassinated by one of her own bodyguards. Her funeral was a state occasion that left the nation mourning and won her son the sympathy of the Indian people. A career airline pilot who became a reluctant politician, he was propelled into office as Mr. Clean, the prime minister who would sweep out India's ingrained corruption. Ironically, he himself was swept from office in 1989 on charges of corruption within his Congress party. Just last week, he said one of his aims was to restore India's position in the world.
I believe that India, which had a certain position in international affairs in the world community, has more or less disappeared from the world scene during this past year or 15 months.
Today in the United States, his country was the focus of a wave of sympathy and concern. In Congress, there was a moment of silence for the slain candidate. President Bush expressed his own sorrow.
It's just appalling. I don't know what the world's coming to, but it's a sad thing for this young man to have lost his life in this way. It's a tragedy.
As friends and supporters gathered outside the Gandhi home in New Delhi this evening, there was concern that India could be swept by a new wave of violence. Tonight, the Indian Army and police are on a high state of alert. The world's largest democracy now looks like one of the most fragile. Dan?
Thanks, Tom. White House officials made a point again today of accentuating the positive about President Bush's health. The president tires easily, and he's lost 12 to 13 pounds since his heartbeat and thyroid problems surfaced. Susan Spencer has the latest on the president's medical condition. Susan?
Dan, no fewer than 4 doctors, 2 cardiac specialists, and a thyroid expert, including them, examined the president this morning in a quickie 15-minute checkup. And they then said that he remains on a satisfactory course in the treatment of Graves' disease. All that despite Mr. Bush's apparent fatigue in the last week or so. Doubts grew yesterday at an early evening appearance with German Chancellor